head out of the way of the camera.
Keep that picture down.
Happening. Find all the moving parts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Take off the mask, turn on the mic, get it all together. How are we doing today? All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Parker. I am Reverend Stephanie Stewart, your senior minister. How you doing? All right. Is anybody here for the first time that's willing to be recognized? Anybody? She's like, hi. Thank you for raising your hand. Welcome, special welcome to you. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Parker, where it is our joy to be a place of love and celebration, where we are devoted to living and teaching the spiritual life. Would you be willing to stop for a moment and pray with me? All right. So I know here now it is a joy. It is just a wonderful day and a wonderful moment here and now. God is right here and now. Spirit is right here and now. Right here as us, with us, around us. God is, Spirit is. And I know that we are a part of it, and it is all of each of us. And so what I know right now for this moment in time, for this service, is that we are all here by divine appointment. This is a time of joy and happiness, a time for growth, and a time for beingness. And so I say yes. I say yes to this time. I say yes to this beautiful service with this beautiful music and all of these wonderful people. I say yes to us. I say yes to all that we are and all that we are becoming. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all that this is and all that this is becoming. So I release this into a law that only knows yes, that only says yes to us. And anchor this with me by saying, and so it is.
It's on, yes. I can think of no better way to connect with Spirit than that song. So I know that we're all connected with Spirit. And today's reading will help to bring that spiritual connection down to the plane in which our bodies live. It is from the absolute most useful book I have ever experienced. 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Baker, excuse me. If you don't have this book, and if it's the only book you buy this millennium, buy this book. Today's reading comes from the August 30th reading. Heaven is my world today. So heed God, you men of wits, so that you may prosper. That is from the Quran. The unlimited action of God surrounds me in every hand, and I rejoice to see it. It merely seeks my recognition to become my experience today. Resolutely, I turn to the good, the perfect, and the true, and claim these as my world and my experience. They respond with ease, for they await my acceptance to be real to me. God's beauty is in every person. God's intelligence is in everything, and God's unalterable law is maintaining order. All of this is mine, for it created me to rejoice in it and to be glad. Perfect good surrounds me. Perfect life acts through me. I can make every dream come true and every demonstration come to pass. No restrictions save my own abilities to see God in all and through all. I lift my eyes and behold the greatness in every man and healing in every heart. The peace which has never been disturbed is now revealed to me. I can move with ease, for all life is impelling me forward into new and greater experiences. Now I see the nothingness of evil, the stupidity of blaming the past and accepting limitation in the future. This will never confuse me again, for the allness of God is mine today. In this heaven, God's presence is revealed, my own possibilities. I will become the person God intended me to be and find more and more of God in my present environment. Where yesterday I saw a problem, today I see a possibility. I am at ease. Life is more fully mine than ever before, and I never cease to thank God for all that his mind has revealed to me. And so it is.
You say you see no moon. You say you see no reason we should dream that this world would ever change. You say that love is foolish to believe, 'cause there'll always be some crazy with an army or a knife to wake you from your daydream, put the fear back in your life. Look, if someone wrote a play just to glorify
Staying up here with me? No. I might trip on that, I don't know. Well, special thank you to Dale, who's our guest keyboardist today. Oh, thank you, Alicia. You knew I'd trip on that. She doesn't know me very well, but she already knows me well enough. So this month's theme in today's talk is called Reaching Higher. Reaching Higher. So I've been witnessing something really amazing over the last week and a half. Wow, you guys are kind of blurry with these things. I'm so trying to get used to these, and I can see here, but we'll see how long this lasts. I've been watching the Paralympics. Have any of you been watching the Paralympics lately? I see some hands, thank you. If you haven't been watching it, you've really been missing something. You've been missing some of the most spiritually and emotionally and intellectually mature people on the planet. Some of the most spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually mature people on the planet. I've watched people with one leg, with one arm, with no sight to win triathlons. No hands, no legs compete in rugby. No legs change the long jump world record 3 times in 1 hour. I feel lucky to get my pants on in the morning without falling over into bed. And Sam Gruey of the United States, who has one leg like mine and one prosthetic leg, he did a high jump. He jumped 6.5 feet. One leg like mine and a prosthetic leg. High jump 6.5 feet. When I watched the able-bodied Olympics, there's some part of my brain that said, you know, at some point in my life, I could have trained and I could have done some of this stuff. But when I watch these Paralympians, what they do is beyond my comprehension. Now, yes, part of it is because their bodies are so unlike mine. Matt Stutzman is one of the most accurate archers in the world. One of the most accurate archers in the world in any situation. Matt Stutzman has no arms. I was a target archer as a girl. I cannot comprehend how he does what he does as well as he does. It does not make any sense to me at all. And I freely admit it is because his body is so different. It is so different from mine. I am in awe of these athletes. But there's something else, there's something bigger than that. Jessica Long is a swimmer at the Paralympic Games for the USA, and in her storied career, she's won close to 30 medals now. And she said this, she said, the only disability in life is a negative attitude. The only disability in life is a negative attitude. These athletes reach higher every day. They reach higher every single day. They've had to reach higher in a way I've never had to before. You see, when they look in the mirror, society says to them, you are not whole. And they have had to say back every day, yes, I am. They have had to say it over and over and over again, yes, I am. And one of the ways they say that is through their sport. So that is why I say to you, the Paralympic athletes are some of the most spiritually and intellectually and emotionally mature people on the planet. They understand wholeness on an entirely different level. And by participating in these games, they're calling upon us to understand wholeness on an entirely different level as well. They're talking about what it means to be physically whole. But I'm talking about what it means to be whole in the eyes of God. To be perfect, whole, and complete in what that means for us each individually and what it means for our world. I'm talking about contributing from a place of love and wholeness and not from a place of division. This is hard work. And I'm not asking easy things of you this week or all month, actually. We're talking about reaching higher all month. I'm talking about setting aside differences, divisions, politics, the mundane, and reaching higher. Reaching for love, reaching for wholeness, reaching for God even when the other person can't or they won't. I'm calling on us to be, at the very least, spiritually mature people. And why? Ground. It's what the world needs right now. The world needs us in action. Not contributing from a place of division, but from a place of wholeness. So how do we do that? We prepare just like a Paralympian prepares. But where they prepare their bodies and their minds, we prepare our hearts and our minds. So are you ready? Okay. So I ask you, my friends, what divisions lie in your hearts? What divisions lie in your hearts? Political, racial, gender, regional, I don't know. Something that makes someone so different, you just don't know how to be with them. You maybe don't want to be with them. Maybe the divisions in your heart is, it's actually personified in a person. You have a person that comes up in your mind. Let that person come up in you. We all have divisions in our hearts. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be ashamed of them. Don't use it as a shield either, please. Don't justify it. No yeah buts. Just allow it to come forward now. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge this division in your heart. Acknowledge that you don't necessarily think of this person or this group of people and immediately think of God right away. I'll give you a moment. If you're a normal person like me, you probably had a lot of stuff come up. Now understand that this is our starting line. This is our starting line. Our training begins here with acknowledging the divisions that take up room in our hearts. And the training is stillness. Stillness. Be still and acknowledge. Be still and acknowledge. In the stillness of practices like meditation or simple contemplation, we can hear our own thoughts and begin to understand our own mind. Not just that we view someone as separate, but why? Why do I view you as separate from me? Is it an argument we had? Is it something someone else taught me? Is it something I believe but don't know for a fact? Why? Why? There may be clarity in that question. Why? And because you're a jerk is not the answer, by the way. Why is a fantastic question to ask. Why? Question everything you think about this person or persons you have come up with in your heart, but especially ask, why? Why are you here? Why have I brought you here? Why do I think the way I do? Why do I feel the way I do? Why? Then understand that why is speed training. Speed training. It's speed training for us because it can lead us to the falseness of our own thoughts. The falseness of our own thoughts. We can see where our ego has gotten in the way. We see where our ego has gotten in the way. We can start to let go of having to be right and them having to be wrong. Why leads us to the falseness of our own thoughts. We can start to let go of them having to be wrong and us having to be right. That's a big hurdle to learn to jump. Recognizing where our ego has gotten in the way, letting go of having to be right and then having to be wrong. If you find yourself saying, but I'm right, and they are wrong, please start over. Please go back to the beginning and examine the divisions of your heart. I have to do it all the time. See, the answer to all this actually is very basic. There is only one capital T truth. God is all there is. That's it. There is one capital T truth. God is all there is. We make people right and wrong, or ourselves right and wrong. We make people separate. We make ourselves separate. All of these ways we twist ourselves in knots. All because we forget, or we don't want to know how to live with the basic capital T truth. God is all there is. We could cut out all this practice and all this work. And we could cut out all this heartache and we live from that capital T truth. God is all there is. But I don't know anybody that does that 100% of the time. I honestly don't think we're capable of it. I'm not sure why, but I don't think we are. Even Jesus forgot from time to time. So we practice, we train, right? Okay, so perhaps training is going well, okay? We're off from the starting line. We've examined the divisions of our heart in stillness. We've been doing some speed training, asking that all-important question of why this person or persons has come up in our heart. We're clearing that hurdle of ego, wanting to be right and then be wrong. We're doing that pretty regularly. So what's next? How about a test run? Can you be with one of those people that once caused a division in your heart and contribute from a place of love and wholeness rather than division? Can you be with them and see the whole picture with them? Can you let right or wrong simply be? Can you be the calm, non-anxious presence in the moment? Can you be the calm, non-anxious presence in the moment? You win for every person you can do that with. I get you a medal. For every person that causes a division in your heart, that you can be a calm, non-anxious presence with. You run faster, jump higher, and grow stronger. Or to borrow the Paralympic motto, you are spirit in motion. I kid you not, that is the Paralympic motto, spirit in motion. It's so easy to not be that person. It's so easy to have 2 arms and 2 legs and good eyes and join in the noise of division. It's so easy to not recognize wholeness because it doesn't look like we think it should look like, or it doesn't act like we think it should act, and it doesn't sound like we think it should sound. But what I've come to realize is that what challenges me about those Paralympic athletes is that there is a part of me that thinks they shouldn't be able to do what they do because their body doesn't look like mine. And I'm ashamed of that. But that shame doesn't get us anywhere. That shame doesn't get us anywhere. Ultimately, what I get from watching those spirits in motion is gratitude. I'm grateful to have that division in my heart shown to me. To have that part of my ego challenged and shown for the lie that it is. Those athletes are perfect, whole, and complete. Their bodies are different than mine, but they are no less perfect, whole, and complete than I am. That's easy to say, but it's not easy to know with a whole heart. There was division in my heart because of what society had taught me about what constituted a perfect, whole, and complete body. What those Paralympians are doing is teaching me something different. They're teaching me a wholeness at a different level. They're helping me be more spiritually mature by helping me question my ego. Can you imagine why this work is so necessary? Can you imagine why it's so important? I mean, look around, look at our world. Look at our country. We must ask ourselves if we are willing to be part of a movement toward a global shift forward toward peace and toward maturity. A huge part of maturity is leaving behind this need to be right or wrong. The ego's cry of right or wrong has no place in a world that works for everyone. The ego's cry of right or wrong is a child's cry. We must be adults. We must be spiritually mature. We must recognize and see the whole picture. We must contribute from a place of wholeness. God is all there is. It's hard work that we may lose friends over. I have. Some of us are more committed to being right than being healed, and that's okay. That's okay. Time bears things out for each of us. If it's your time for spiritual maturity, then I'm calling on you now. I'm calling on you to be part of the global shift. It is Olympian training, this weighing the divisions of your heart. Perhaps you think you only have a few, but I have found the deeper I dig, the more I seem to find. It's an Olympian commitment to so love the world. You would do this kind of work. There's a kind of freedom in it I cannot describe to you. To be free from the divisions of your heart is to love without bounds. It is to see more clearly than you can imagine. It is to give without losing to a world that is desperate. It is to find peace in chaos. It is to win gold and share it. It's uncomfortable to weigh and consider the divisions in our hearts. To look at our lives and see where we failed to be adults, where we've failed to be spiritual people. So we're uncomfortable. So what? It's a moment. Ask what is mine to do and reach higher. Paralympians fail again and again. We will too. It's hard work, this work, shifting the globe toward peace and maturity. But quitting is not an option. This is ours to do. And I call upon us as a spiritual community to walk hand in hand together and do it. When ministers and practitioners become ministers and practitioners, we, in many ways, make a declaration. We essentially say we will walk our spiritual path no matter what, and we will help you walk it whenever you need us to help you walk it. Let us walk this hard walk together. Let us examine the divisions of our hearts, ask why they exist, throw off the ego of right and wrong, and contribute to the world from a place of love and wholeness together. This is ours to do. Will you pray with me? So here and now I know that the loving Spirit is, simply is, all around us and within us. It pulses with love. It exists, it flows, it is. I know it is a part of each of us and we are aglow with it. It is all of each of us. So what I know now is that we say yes. We say yes to this challenge issued, this moment in time. That we say yes to this race, to run, this time in our history. We are spiritually mature people that want to know peace on this earth, peace in our hearts. We say yes to this precious time. That the all-knowingness and all-lovingness of God is within us. And that we issue it out into the world. That we look at the divisions of our hearts and know that we can clear them. That we can say yes to wholeness. That we can say yes to love. We can say yes to this world that needs us. I know this is who we are. I know this is what we accept. I say yes to this. I claim this for us. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for this community and all that it is and all that it is becoming. I'm so grateful for the light that it is in the community of Parker and in this world. And so I release this. Just release it into a world that needs it. I release it into a law that only knows yes. And so it is.
It is love that makes the world, and it's love that stops storms. It's love that made the wind, though it's like we're alone. In this city, sad in the shadows, like the night is here to stay. There is evil cast around us, but it's love that wrote the play. In this darkness, love will show the way. Show the way. Show the way. Show the way.
Could our ushers come forward, please? So now it's time for our gifts and our offerings. So please know that your gifts and tithes are used responsibly as we endeavor to be a global resource to discover and live spiritual truth. Your money enlightens the community of Parker and it enlightens the world. Money is God in action. There are many ways to do good works in the world, and your giving is one of those ways. So please take your gift into your hand, or if you give electronically as I do, please take your gift into your heart. And please affirm with me. I give this gift for you. I give this gift for me. Together we are community. Together we prosper. And so it is.
There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. And it's 100 ways for me to see the countless blessings, so I believe. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. My good is coming to me. My good is coming to me.
Thank you. All right. So thank you, Jerry and Dave, for your service today. And so I just bless these tithes and offerings, knowing they go out into the world to do good work, and knowing that the people that gave them today are a blessing on this center. And I can talk. So a blessing on us all and a blessing on this community. And so it is. And so now we're going to have Kenny come up to do our announcements. So we just shifted some things around today. So Kenny, if you'll come up for announcements.
So there are three announcements this week. The first one is for Spiritual Living Circles. This group reads the Science of Mind magazine monthly. It supports new ways to deepen our spiritual experience while connecting with each other through love, growth, contribution, and fellowship. This month, it happens on Thursday, September 9th. There's one in the morning from 10:30 to 12:30, or 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. For more information, email Dr. Yvonne Levy at yvonnelevy@live.com. This information is also in the e-blast that comes out on Wednesday morning. If you're a first-time subscriber, you'll receive a 6-month complimentary subscription. The second announcement is about Teens of Distinction Scholarship Program. This is a 500-word essay contest for Douglas County juniors and seniors. The essay's title is, "Which Harry Potter Character Describes Me Best?" There are 5 scholarships in the amount of $200. If you know a junior or senior in Douglas County that might enjoy this, have them contact their high school counselor. The third announcement is about the Holistic Expo. And since it's next week, Kim has asked to come up and give us some information about that.
Gosh, it's almost here, holy cow. And everyone's been working real hard on making this happen. And it is Saturday, the 11th, and Sunday, the 12th. So please come to the service on Sunday and then head over to the expo. So we're going to have our welcome table where we are really needing some people to sign up for shifts, 2-hour shifts on Saturday and Sunday. And kind of where Jerry's standing back there is he's standing close to the table. Thank you, Carol, for pointing out the table. We have the sign up for Saturday and Sunday, and we could, thank you, Jerry, and we could really use your help in coming over, just donating a couple of your hours to helping welcome patrons into the center. We also have a practitioner table where we'll have 1 to 2 practitioners, and we have the gently used, spiritually themed book sale going on. Thank you for those of you who have brought your books to donate to the expo. Right now we're trying to figure out how we're going to get books back to you. If you want them, you need to let me know. But at the same time, they're all going to be on the table mixed up. So maybe some of you have your name in the books. We'd like to see those sell, definitely, for a donation. We are thinking about bringing them back the following Sunday and maybe allowing them to be sold for a donation or just traded back here at the center. So if you think you have an idea of what you would like to have happen to your books, please let me know. Okay, so we have a lot of our members who are bringing their own theme to this expo. Amy Schmidt, who's a practitioner here, has been working very hard on all of her beautifully made items, and she's going to be there. So I encourage you to come and do your holiday shopping in September. Also, Wayne's family member is coming with art, and I understand she's been working very hard producing art. Please come and, again, think about art for yourself or art as a gift. And again, we have many other members who are bringing their gifts and talents to this expo, so we would really love to have you there, either as a patron or to help volunteer at the welcome table or practitioner table or at the book table. And I'm trying to think, have I left anything out? Well, thank you, Dave. So, we're having a couple of the big, strong guys, I think Phil and Dan are 2 of them, to help set up and be the porters for the event, where they help vendors bring in their items to set up. The regular expo hours will be 10 to 5, and it ends on Sunday at 5, and then we will also need some porter help to bring those items back to the vendors' cars. Now, did I leave anything out, Dave? Okay. Oh, right. So I will be here. If you did bring your books, let me know. I know, Dorothy, you brought some books, and I know Dorothy and Clyde are going to be at the expo, right? Absolutely. Okay. We're excited. This is the first annual expo that we've done. We assisted a couple of years ago, but this is us. This is the way for Parker CSL to get our name out there into the world. And if all goes well, and I know it will, then we'll have a second expo, possibly next year. So come out and help make this happen. If you need some flyers to take to your friends, we've got those. Oh, Jerry's pointing to the table where the flyers are over there. So take some of these. Expo on the front, Center of Spiritual Living information on the back. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Thank you very much for putting this all together. So just very quickly, it looks like we're going to be masking for the rest of the year, according to the school board. If you would like to bring chairs for yourself, if you're not comfortable with this, I know they set us up kind of tight. If you would like to bring your chairs going forward, please go ahead and bring your own chair if you would like. But we will be masking, it looks like, for the rest of the year as well. So just so you're aware. Is there anything else from anybody else? I'm throwing the floor open here. No? Okay, let's pray and let's go have lunch. How about that? All right, and we'll have some music and then we'll go have lunch. Quick benediction. All right. So I am just so grateful for everything that has happened today. I know everything that's happened today is in divine right order and divine right action. I am just so grateful for this community. I am so grateful to be the senior minister of this community, this beautiful, beautiful Center for Spiritual Living, Parker. I know that we all go home and go out to our day and to our week, and it is all perfect and wonderful, and so it is. Knock it out, Gary.
sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your nights, and there's a reason for the candlelights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly high like a bird on the wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly high like a bird on the wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love